How's the weather out there?
I was inside for most of the rain.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, so you didn't have to work outside today.
I finished just in time.
Oh, nice.
It's perfect timing.
Nice. So what do you guys do at Tree Link Arboriculture? I don't want to like kind of.
Right. My three primary service lines are tree planting,
Okay.
tree care with focus on tree pruning.
Oh, okay.
I do tree removal as well.
Oh, okay.
It's not what I want my business to be about.
Okay. You're all about like kind of it's back home in Ontario. That's usually like I've met somebody at one of the trade shows, and that they do that too.
Okay.
But it's like it was like a charity kind of thing. Not like a charity, but what do you like a non-profit type of thing.
Okay.
So whereas back home in Ontario, like the MNR deals with that, right? So it's like a Ontario government thing that tree planting and reforestation, especially like when they do controlled burns, then they replant everything. But it's different out here from what I talked to that gentleman about. So is that where you kind of come in then? You work with the government at all, or?
I'm not doing that yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been in the industry for 12 years.
Okay.
I'm a certified master arborist and
Oh, wow.
a master's degree in agroforestry, so
Oh, wow.
I have a good background in it, but
Yeah,
my company is brand new. It's
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Sure, running my own
So
business.
you worked for other people for the 12 years or whatever then?
Yeah,
Oh.
I was in university for a lot of that. But,
Well, yeah, masters, yeah.
Yeah.
I know my cousin, he just finished his master's in kinesiology or something like that
Okay.
at McGill, and it takes for. I don't know. You have a lot of pages. I like learning, but not that much.
No,
But, you have to really like trees to learn like for that long. Right?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow. Well, I'll just I don't know if you ever heard of us before, but basically we're an app. So this is just the website version of it. So for you, I don't know if there'd be anything around, but we'll see. I know we can always add categories as well.
Okay.
Like I thought you were more cutting trees. So see, I would have the preconceived notion. That's why I asked you first what it was about, right? So would it be arbor services, arbor tree care? What do you think? Arborist services probably.
Yeah, I would advertise under all of them
Yeah.
except for maybe removal.
Okay.
Again, I do it.
So
But,
do you do basically just specialize in commercial? Or do you residential as well?
my focus right now is residential.
Okay.
But the
Well,
plan would
perfect.
be to grow into commercial as well.
Well, that's perfect. And so we'll just put down that for now. So say a customer on our network goes and says, I want to, I know the technical terms, put up some trees on my property. I probably want to put it all over the property. And they can specify what kind of trees they want and a bunch of stuff. So they can go into that. And then say if they kind of, like I wouldn't know, but say like maybe they might know, maybe they've done it before, they can maybe say, I have this much to spend, I'm not sure how much it would cost, kind of stuff like that. And then they would set it to the business community. I doubt it'd be urgent unless it was like a fire and they want to get it planted right away. Like, so that's terrible. But I don't think in that case it would be like that. So then if they didn't know they know how much they have to spend. So I don't know how much. I'm just gonna guesstimate that, depending on how many trees they want. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Then they would submit the request. This is how it would look on your end here. This is just obviously it's not the one I sent. If I sent it, it would go live. We don't want to do that. So just pull up an example that we have a testing employer. So this is what a kind of feeling would look like. So subject here, description. You know, on our network here, our owner and founder, he wants most privacy, so they don't want to give your exact address to begin with. So they go by postal code in a city. We get a lot of our base, like we have 50,000 customers in the area. We get a lot from community leagues, sports teams like young kids and that. So when they have their team on the network, they can communicate with their friends. So it's not like Facebook. We like the privacy for the young kids, so they can't be tracked. So it's by email, and like I said, postal code in the city. So they don't have to worry about people tracking them and all that kind of devious stuff. So that's what our owner and founder prides ourselves on for our app on that, privacy of the customer and the kids. Obviously, they're on the virtual locker rooms and teams and various other things on there. There's a lot. There's like even like judo and we're trying to get more quality people on in our organization and our network. So we're trying to like reach out to a lot more community network organizations and stuff like that. Right?
Okay.
So that's why we have that, and then the time frame and the budget. And then when you reply to that, all your information would be saved on here, so that your name would pop up already. So it would just be a click for the experience and click for the signature. And you can, if you want to add stuff to it, you can. You just reply to the lead. Now, when you get a lead, look at it. If it's not for you, they can't tell like on Facebook that you're actually looking at it. So that way, if you don't want to deal with it, you don't have to. And you just move on to the next one.
Okay.
And you can go from there, right? And another cool thing we have is community network. It's sort of, a lot of people kind of refer to it as sort of like a Facebook. The only difference between Facebook and our community networks is that, let Jack go up here. The Wi-Fi is a little slow in here.
No worries.
So this is the general one for Edmonton area. So that's him posting in the middle, then our business owners post on the right. I don't like how this one pops up first because it doesn't look professional. I used to set up the profiles for our customers, but now since we're mobile now, we're waiting for a new bigger office to be built. So it just looks unprofessional, right? But anyways, it's the first one that pops up. We're gonna click that. We'll click on this on that one. So click on that. So you post on there. So you can post like what you're doing. I don't know if you have promotions or that. You can post whatever you want on there, and that way people can click on it, right? So boom, go right to your information about your business, how long. So you've had 12 years experience. You started a new business, all that, all your qualifications you want to put on there. And if you have a website, you can click it to the profile. So they can choose to do things through your website or through the app itself with all your contact info that you have on there. And you'd have a rating on here and reviews. It's good to have reviews, so you can click on that. And the other thing we recommend, or I do anyway, is you can create your own community. So you can put your business name, again, description, tags, all that good stuff. And then you can add all your current customers that are already on there, and then add the new ones that come in as well. So you can keep posting on there, like what you're working on, what you have, what you're offering, all that stuff. Yeah, special promotions, what have you. Like, a lot of our, like for example, cleaners will put like before and after pictures, or whether if they're working, one of our other guys, a plumber, or he'll take a picture of his truck in front of the house that day, stuff like that, just to at least consistently, right? Because you're getting your name out there. That way, the more they see, the more they'll click on you, and obviously that way they'll get to your profile more and you have to do more business.
Is it possible to link in Instagram or Facebook posts?
Yes,
so they can show up.
I'll show you when I show you the profile. Almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. And then if you're yeah, exactly. Since you're just starting out, you never know if you want to grow, right? You can do something like this is more for. You might be eligible for yourself as well. I'm not sure. Like for like subcontracting, you can post jobs on here. You can also look for jobs too. If you're like on that's like for more trades guys. Like they have stuff more pertaining to your. If yours is like a niche, like you're just starting out, so you're kind of just doing the planting group. You try to grow from there. But it's a good place to have contacts because we have a lot of different. Our biggest deal on our network so far wasn't through a request. It was through somebody seeing a post on the community network, clicking on it, and then doing business. It was in Calgary. It was a big sewer contract, 6-figure sewer contract. So you never know, especially with builders and they're. Especially if they have big acreages, they want trees, right? So then, I don't think we have any of your that's when I first saw it. I was like, I thought it was like you said. I thought it was somebody like cutting trees, like right. So like, which is like everybody like there's a lot of those out there, but I don't think there's too many, at least that I know. I'm not really. Maybe I'm naive. But,
no, I'm trying to take a different approach.
Well, that's how we're doing it, right? Like it's so like you can basically go on our platform and plan a whole wedding on there because we've got everybody on there. Or vice versa, like you can plan from birth to death on our we've got everything.
Okay.
We've been around. Our founder founded in 2013 in Olds, Alberta. He had 2 hotels in the ice fields, so he wanted to get he was looking for a plumber, electrician, or whatever, and he started with his own little group, networking group, and then just kind of built and had that vision to try to help as many small businesses out as he could. Right? Our whole goal is to help the small business succeed. So then you can, for your max 10 categories, you can see which ones work the best. So for the week, month, or however long you want to look. I'm not really sure. Would it depend on the time of year? Would you do something different during the winter as opposed to the summer?
My focus for now, I may be adding different service lines for the winter.
Exactly. So if that's the case, like say if you're looking at, you can always switch the categories out depending on the season too. So our rating system here, it's 1 to 5. The only difference between us and like Facebook, Google, all those other ones. The only time somebody can actually rate you unless they've done business. So as soon as they pay you, like you go rate them on there. So even if you're just quoting them, they can't be like, I didn't like his quote, I've given him 1 star. Or on the other hand, you can't forget mom and dad or go on there and give you 5 stars. Right? It's actual real rating. So which is a thing I really like about our network here. And then we also have suggestion box, so you can go on and suggest stuff, make ideas, suggestions. Hopefully none of those. Do you have any questions so far?
Yeah, you said you had 50,000 users in Edmonton.
That's right, social unit. Yeah.
Okay. So are only members of the site able to search on the site, or can people come in, like find your website?
It's an app. It's app based, so obviously it's easier to do it on the app, but you can do it on the website as well. But yeah, it's obviously easier if you're, because it's free to sign up as a social member. So I mean, they can go on. The only thing, that's why we try to, because when Bruce, the owner, when he first started the beta test in 2013, he was just, they were out in the street like just handing it out to everybody, here, download. So then it was just a disaster because people are just, I'll just try to make a request just for the hell of it, right? That's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid fake requests, right? We don't want to waste our business owners' time, right? So that's why we try to do it through community leagues, educate them first before they start making just some random requests. Because we don't want to waste our whole goal is to return on investment for our business owners. We don't want to waste their time with all these fake requests because they're busy. Like they got better things to do than to edit. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they changed this. Before I would just go right to the thing. Now I have to go. Must have just changed this. I used to have it saved. So there's 2 options. You can do month to month. Now for month to month, and same thing with it's just be included in the yearly package. Month to month, it's $100 just to get you online with the profile and everything like that. And then it's that one. I think would be the one. So it'd be $39.92 a month. Now we decided to do the month to month. It's 5 free days. So that means you can respond to, you can look as many as you want, but as soon as you respond to 5, after that it's a coffee fee of $2 on the monthly plan. So every time you respond, it's $2. Now on the yearly plan, everything's included. You can talk to 100, 200, 300, as many as you want. It's all included. We'll charge you $2. It's free for the whole year. And as long as you keep a good standing every year, we'll continue with that. Because we've been in the industry. This is obviously Alberta is the when we started, so we don't need to find, like there's all the other places that are trying to find a base, and that's why we're going into the various, because most of it's like contracts, and they're looking for like meters and different stuff like that. We're like looking for everything now because we've been around since 2015 in the Alberta market, so that's why we can do that, offer that for the, and so here the only difference between the Pro and obviously the other one is the business portfolio. Is a link to your website. I don't know if you have a website.
I do.
Yeah, so you can link it to the website. It's just that much more professional. Actually, I didn't even know that should work here, but keeps getting that. But anyways, you can show. We also offer like for the 10 categories, you can see how far you want to go. Like some clients, they're big construction companies, they don't mind going 500 kilometers, 300 kilometers. But if you don't want to go that far, you can set your parameters, and that way you only see the requests for that area, so you won't be getting all these ones from Calgary or Lloydminster. If you just want to go in the Edmonton area, that's all you're going to see. So and you can always start out big, and then if you change, you can just leave it, or you can change it to maximize it, or however you want to do it. It all depends. Like you're just starting out, so you can always kind of play with it and kind of figure it out from there. Okay, so it gives you that option. I don't know why. The reason I skipped it because it's the new freaking website just screwed me up. It usually just goes right to that page. I'm not used to it yet. Yeah, then we also just recently added invoicing. So when you're with the customer on the app, you can invoice them in person right there. And I think either this month or next month we're getting accounting software for the app as well. So we're always adding to it, always trying to make it easier for the small business owner, to make it easier for him or her. So it's pretty good. We're obviously Alberta. We're trying to grow and help as many people as possible, especially something that just needs to work. We're trying to help as many first people like yourself, right? So it's pretty cool. It's really cool. And even you can even download it yourself and just look at it socially and free, and just play around with it to get the feel for it.
Submit a few
Got a lot of
fake requests.
No, not fake ones.
Just kidding.
No, don't do that. Get mad at me. Like, I swear I told him to just play around and not send fake ones.
Yeah, right.
No, but it's really like I said, for my business, like I had I've been around for 10 years, but mostly just online. The reason why I got away from it is I was getting I had a bad customer recently, and he got all his friends to go and give me. My Facebook rating went from between 4 and 5 to 10 years. Now it's down to 1.9. We're just going on, and my Google rating too is just the same thing. They just freaking just troll me. And I was just like, for every response I would have, they'd call me a scammer. I'd go on there, I don't know who you are. You're not my customer. Like, what can you do? They're just nonstop. Every time I'd wake up, boom. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't even post on the Facebook page anymore. Like, I don't need this aggravation. So that's why I like the rating on this. I love it so much. It's so much easier. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, man.
So it's really cool. Oh, do you have a business card too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a herb horror store. That's cool. True. Oh, so it's board. So you have to be certified to.
You don't have to be.
Oh, okay. It's just that's the
Alberta's stuck in the Wild West for that.
Because on our site, you can actually, if you're BBB approved, like it's only like the old school people that really care about BBB nowadays. Because like, but you can also on your profile, if you are, you can click that or whatever. So when you're searching, you can only look for BBB members, which is very few people do that.
Okay.
But that's also. But you can also put that on your profile too. Like, I don't know what that is, but maybe some people that are looking for that don't know what that is. Was that the Alberta ISA? Is that the board for Alberta? Or?
It's the International Society of Arboriculture, the worldwide regulating body.
Sounds prestigious. Hey, if you remember that, it makes you more credible, right? Especially if people in that industry would know that. Like, I'm looking at. That's why I asked you. I have no idea what that was, right? So it's good to. That's why I like this job. Every day I learn something new every day. So that's awesome.
So on your site, do you have people in my industry currently, and do you have requests coming in for this?
Well, that's why I think it's cool for you, because obviously contractors and people that are dealing with new houses and all that. We have realtors. One of our members is a realtor, and he's also a member of our team. So whenever realtors are awesome, and we're also signing. I just signed up another realtor this week, because they're selling houses, and if they see that they need to fix it up, or especially an older house or whatever that needs, like it looks like a design. I'm sure you've seen some places like that need or the customers that need new trees and that, right? It's good to have you out there, because if you're not on there, nobody's gonna know what I mean. Because right now it's mostly like landscapers, probably like lower end, like landscape. We have a lot of landscapers that probably just buy. You don't buy trees from yourself. You probably buy them from like a dealer, right, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, I have a working relationship with the nursery.
So that's probably they do the same thing. But you're a little bit higher scale, I would think, compared to the landscapers, I would think, right?
Yeah, I try to do a little more.
Exactly. So it's like the Kijiji guy compared to, you know what I mean, right? It just looks more professional, right? When you have the certification, whereas care of the landscaper don't really know how to, like, okay, you want what? They just go to the customer, you want this where? What kind of tree you want, right? I'm sure you would know a little bit more as far as the tree aspect, right? So.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah, after 12 years, I would
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah. No, and that's an asset for our network, I would think, because we have a lot of landscapers, and especially if you're getting into commercial, it's perfect time because we have a lot of and if depending how far you go, the parameters, the further you go, the more work you're going to have. Right? Especially, well, you probably don't want when you're starting out now, you probably don't have a big area. Once you get more established, and you can go for like, what's your kind of fleet you have for vehicles? Like,
I just have the one.
oh yeah, so you're just starting out, yeah. So yeah, well it's good because then you can always grow, right? You got to start
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't want to get in too deep with equipment and.
No, because
definitely.
it's funny because I talked to a electrician, the same thing. When he met with me, he had his same truck to start out with. Now he's got how many more, right? So it's you got to start somewhere, right? So that's awesome.
Well, I definitely like this model. I've played around with Bark as well. They have the.
It's called Bark?
Yeah.
Like BARK?
Yeah.
Okay.
They reached out to me as well.
Oh, okay.
And they're a pay per lead, and it varies a little bit, but it's like $6 or something.
Yeah.
So $6 is a lot more.
Yeah. Well then, yeah, exactly.
Plus
$2.
the fee on this.
Yeah. Well, that's because we have to set up your site, and if you wanted to link your website when you get home, we can do that. And oh yeah, that's the other thing. Say if you go on a monthly or on a yearly, if you want to upgrade at any time, it's not like you have to pay another $379. We just split the difference, so that way you're not going and spending. Oh, and the other thing, before I mentioned the difference, I should say, our sales and marketing is included in the price. So say if you go on the $479, you don't have to pay another $500 for our sales and marketing. It's included, so she'll help you do a blast. Like if you go on YouTube, you might not notice, but you'll see a lot of our ads on there. But you don't, unless you're looking to see if it says Get Assist. We do like we do YouTube, we do all social media advertising, everything like that. So it's all over.
And that would be specifically mentioning my business.
Yes, like especially because you're different than like, cause we have, like I said, we have so many landscapers. We have a lot of the other guys that cut trees down. But doing what you do is I don't think we have. I'd have to look, but from off the top of my head, I don't think we have anything. Like obviously just the lower landscaper guys, right?
Right.
That's totally different than what you offer.
Okay. So in terms of like you just run a few campaigns.
Yes. Yeah. And then we would
advertising your scope of services, but my company name would be.
Yeah, we would get you in touch with Rebecca, and she would kind of. I'm just a sales guy. I'm not the sales and marketing guru, so she's the one that takes care of that. But yeah, once you sign up, this is what I would do. I would go like this, and even you can do that. Your name, address, and you just send out blah blah blah. You help them with this and that. You send it, goes right to them, and then get back to you. Usually within 24 to 48 hours. But I mean, we've got lots of customers. Sometimes it might take a little longer, but she will get back to you as soon as possible. So.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, it's something I think I'd like to try out the social side and just play around.
Yeah,
with
of course.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking at having multiple.
Well,
options
that's the
for
thing, right? You got to get your
so-
name out there, especially if you're brand new, right? So awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions.
Well, if you do, you got my number. You can send me an email. I'm gonna send you a follow-up email with some links, with some more information, so you can check it out.
Sure. It'd be good to see that promotional material you were talking about. So
I
if
have
you
to.
lines
I'll
up
ask
for-
Rebecca. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. She's the. What I could do is like the links. I'm not sure if the YouTube ones are on there, but I could. If you just go on YouTube and hit Get Assist, and you can actually see the different ones. Like set out for painters. Like just some of them are just generic ones, just because at the time we need. So then they contact us through that or whatever, and we send out the requests for our members, right? Yeah, so it's pretty cool. They said, some people did recognize it. They're like, okay, I've never seen the ad on that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay. Because unless you catch it, it only shows up at the end. They can only like a quick Get Assist at the end, right? So mostly, because we're not trying to promote us, we're trying to promote the trades or whatever, right? So yeah, we're trying to take it off us and just promote everybody else, right? So.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm definitely interested in learning more. This seems like it definitely can be a
And it's
good fit, so.
exactly then people are like, oh, I can just Google and try to find people. Yeah, you gotta Google and you have to go through like 50 to 100 businesses, whereas you just send it out and they're coming to you. So it's so much easier, right? You can plan a whole wedding on your phone. You got everything on there. So it makes it just so much easier. Right?
I hope to do it at 6, so.
Okay.
Probably can chat.
Yeah,
Pretty
of
quick
course.
meeting
Yeah,
here.
definitely don't want to hold you up. It's good. I'm glad that you got
So,
to meet me.
Yeah,
come
it was
come
great
back.
meeting you. And,
Yeah,
I'd like to stay in touch.
for sure. Yeah, definitely. I got your card now. Okay, I'll send you that email tonight. Or probably send it right now so I don't forget. Sometimes I forget.
I do
I'm
that
bad
too.
for that. Yeah, because I got so much going on, so many apps, so many different emails. I've often never heard of BART. Is that more for like agricultural stuff?
I don't know much about it. It seems like they started in the UK and they're trying to come in.
See, that's why I kind of like us, because we have like, there's a lot of those sites even for contractors. It's like, you have to call them, whereas us, at least we have an office you can come, or eventually we're gonna get a networking center here, so we can like interact with the center. That's why we got a small office just by Southgate, just down the road from Southgate there on 45th Avenue by the brewery there. We wanted to get either a smaller one for now until we get our networking center. So they decided to do the Calgary networking center before us, so we gotta wait a little longer. So it's kind of neat though. Like, you just don't have to get up, go to an office. I can do my own thing, kind of interact, get to help out the community. I can go volunteer, and I just met with the lady today. She's working with her dad's actually an MLA. She's doing a lot of volunteering. I said, well, you got my name number, let me know. I can come help out whenever you need. And she's like, oh, awesome. I was like, yeah, sure. I got lots of free. As long as I schedule it in advance, I can do that kind of stuff now. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Just need to get more, being hands-on in the community instead of just calling at an office. It makes it a little nicer, get to meet people and that help them out. He's hands-on, right? So I like it a little better. It's only my second week out of the office, so it's a little getting hard to it's getting easier to get used to now.
Not gonna want to go back, eh?
No. Well, you never know. Maybe I'll just be like, yeah, I can just go. I can always kind of go back, but if I like this, I can just kind of use it as a saddle, right? Kind of do whatever. Right? Just kind of neat. I like it. So far, so good. Just when it's raining, I don't like it. When it stops raining, it looks like it stops. So it's good. I can leave. Before when I was looking out there, I was like, good God. That's why I thought you were like working outside in the rain. I was just like, oh man. Especially your industry, like you caught rain. Especially that downpour earlier.
Yeah. I missed it by about 5 minutes.
Oh, I lucked out. Knock on wood. You don't have. It was terrible. My boss got soaked. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going home. I got soaked." I'm like, "Oh, it sucks to be you." I don't have that problem in here. Awesome.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks.
No
for
problem.
taking the time to meet with me. And, yeah. Stay in touch.
Yeah, I'll send you that email right now, and then you get back to me. Download the app, play around with it. If you have any questions, give me a shout or email me. I'll send you my email there when I send you the email.
Perfect.
Awesome. Nice meeting you, bud. Have a good day.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, take care.